Okay, well, but let me. But okay, so this is an interesting thing you just sort of said about finding the police officers totally unconvincing. So, do you ever find it like because I find this sometimes like when you're watching something in a language that you don't speak, when you're watching something in a language that you don't speak, do you ever find it difficult to gauge what the performances are like? It's like, is that good? Is that bad? Is that the way it would
Yeah.
work in that language, or is this just me looking at it and going, well, in English that looks totally over the top, but for
Yeah,
Spanish that might be fine.
because you don't know whether some people are quite deadpan or
Hmm.
whether some languages lend themselves to being looking quite deadpan when there's much more animation in the speech rather than
Yeah,
in the face and the body language.
yeah,
So yeah, that can be an interesting one because I find the Scandinavian ones I really like because to me the body language and the facial expressions and things are just they're just like Northern European, they're just British. You
yeah.
can see
They're all very
that
internal, all very
with a
internal.
different language, yeah. It's you can understand, so I don't need to have to worry about what I don't have to read between the lines. I can it's all there for me.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the subtitles is just a bonus because it I can already work out what's going on, the dynamics. Whereas maybe the sort of Southern European or the sort of the more Latin sort of based languages, I
yep,
don't have those sort of visual clues as much.
yeah,
So sometimes I'm watching them and and they speak quite fast, and so I'm
yes,
thinking there's a lot of that maybe sort of makes the faces look less expressive. I don't know.
yeah,
But yeah, so there are some sort of visual clues that you miss because thinking you are it's a completely different culture and a different language and a different way of your
yeah.
body holding your body.
Yeah, I found
It's
that because
interesting.
because with obviously with being Nigerian, we have one of the most prolific film industries in the world, Nollywood. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean it's good. It just means it's prolific.
Yeah,
and,
I've seen a
and
couple and I've thought,
yeah, I know. And a lot of times, right? There's a lot of times when I've looked at it and I've gone, okay, cool. Am I just watching this and am I just trying to use a British framework to judge whether this Nigerian thing is good? Is that fair? And then sometimes I look at it and I go, no, no, that's just bad. That's just bad in anything. But there's some things that I know, like for instance, if people are speaking something like Yoruba, which is a very expressive language, there's like actions and stuff that you would do that if you just sort of translate it down and try to put it into like an English language, I don't know, uh, put it into I don't Luther or the Bill, even though that's not on anymore.
yeah,
It would just be like, what the heck is wrong with that person? That doesn't work. And so I feel like sometimes language does do something to it. But anyway, that's random. What's the word I'm looking for? Random rabbit trail that I just sort of went off on. Right.